Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hangout for the amazing, the incredible Nier Replicant. I'm joined here today in
version 1.224744871139.
Shouts out to the director. They just have very what's the word for it in Japan? These directors very eccentric.
Yeah.
So an extremely eccentric developer. What's his name? Starts with a Y. I forget.
Yoko Taro? Is that who this is?
Yes, I think that is. Head designer, whatever, director on this, but this is a remake or remaster too. What would you say it is?
I think it's a remaster.
It's a remaster. Yeah, because I think it's very.
It's a remaster, but they remade parts of the combat. I didn't play the original Nier or Nier Automata, but it is a remake remaster with part remakes.
Okay.
I don't know.
AOI, what's up? Thank you for joining us. He asked, and this could be a... So I have played Nier Automata, and he's doing a Nier Automata call-out. So maybe this is already whatever.
You might want to skip past this because this is showing stuff later in the game I haven't seen.
Oh, okay. Spoiler alert.
But I'm playing this for the first time right now. I'm about 8 hours in. This is my first time playing it. And then you're starting it fresh, but you played Nier Automata.
Yes.
I did not.
And that game is very trolly. It's very Metal Gear-like. So AOI says, do I have to beat this 5 times in order to get the true ending of the
I'm
stream?
hearing
So Nier has just crazy, weird, wacko things it has you do. So I would say this one has some wacky stuff too. Have you played Nier before, AOI? The original, I guess. I liked Nier Automata, and it was crazy, but that first part, I almost quit, and I read a lot of people have the same thing.
Really?
There's a first, chapter thing that you have to go through, and it is, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's, one thing that you have to do towards the beginning, and then once you get to the second, part of that, you're like, oh, I get it. But, that first part is not, I didn't find it very entertaining or whatever, but...
Yeah, and playing this one, and my understanding
is... how far did you get into this?
About 8 hours.
About 8 hours. Wow, you played them quite a bit.
Yeah, I got it on Friday, and I was camping, but I came home, played it 4 or 5 hours, played it last night for a few hours. Yeah, I think that this one is... This is a 2010 game originally.
Yeah.
So, this is very much... I think this is a little bit different than the second game. I've heard it described as a little bit more old kind of design. So I'm curious as you're playing this how much it's similar or different just game design wise.
Snow won't stop falling.
But they did. They remade the game. Sorry. Yeah, he'll probably... Yeah, whatever. They remade the game, but they went with... Originally when this game came out, in Japan, you played as a brother to a sister. And in America, they changed the protagonist, and you played a dad to a daughter.
Whoa.
But it was the same story, just they changed the main character, in his design and his voice, completely.
Okay.
But the same dialogue. So sometimes, even that dad would act like a kid, and it was just bananas. For some reason, they thought Americans didn't want to see a brother-sister thing, but joke's on them. They do. Them. So when they remade this, Saki Ito is the director.
Okay.
I think that the creative director is that Yoko Taro.
Oh, is that the guy with the head?
What else has he made? Has he made anything else, or is it mostly this?
I think it's just Nier. Yoko Taro. That's the guy. Maybe he's the creative director, is the guy that gets to talk all the time. AOI says, yes, back in the day, the first time turned it in, I stayed for whatever, listened to the song by a woman and watched the blue sky.
Nice.
That sounds like a riddle.
This game
Dragon Guard is also from him, which I didn't own it, but I had a friend and I would go over and watch him play Dragon Guard.
2053, so... Summer. Okay.
So yeah, Dragon Guard was cool. I feel like I want to play that again.
So in playing this and doing a little bit of research, this is a sequel to Dragon Guard. It's connected.
Oh my gosh, everything's connected. See, I didn't think much was going to connect from Nier, but I guess
this is a sequel to Dragon Guard, and then Nier is the fallout. Automata is the fallout of this game.
Oh my gosh.
But I don't know anything about Dragon Guard, so.
Nier Automata has an amazing soundtrack.
This soundtrack's been good so far. I've been digging it. Parts of this game remind me a little bit of the first Witcher. It also reminds me a little bit of Ocarina of Time.
So you were saying before the stream that there was problems with the PC version. It's capped at 1080p and they're trying to get it to 4K.
The original Nier Replicant on PS3 was 1080p max, so when they put it on PS4, Xbox, they didn't unlock the higher visuals for the PS5 or Series X, and then on the PC, I think it's also 1080p. You can't play it.
Oh my gosh.
So people are modding it.
They gotta fix the game. They gotta finish it for them.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an interesting...
So maybe the PS4 version is the go-to version right now.
Parts of this game remind me also of Death Stranding. This is if The Witcher 1, Death Stranding, and Ocarina of Time had a baby, is what this game has reminded me of so far. Not in terms of quality necessarily, just in terms of the atmosphere.
Yeah. Now, so when they made the remake, are we playing the brother and sister now?
You're playing as a brother and sister,
So
and the other thing that they did was
they could handle the brother.
They brought some combat quality of life stuff from Automata into this game, so they redid some of the combat to be more like the second game.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Press. Okay. Cool that both of you got on release. I actually didn't get it yet, but I'm going to.
I'll kill you all.
I'm playing with it. So half cool. Travis is the only cool one. But I'm planning to get it. I
wanted to support it, and I had Automata, and I've been waiting to play it, because I really did. I watched a video with a guy that reviewed Automata, and he loved it, but he was like, I love the original Nier, and not a lot of people have played that. He's like, I really feel like you're doing yourself a disservice if you play Automata and you don't play the original Nier first. It's just got too many cool tie-ins.
Yeah.
So then I never played Automata, and I've been waiting on this, so...
See, I played through all of Nier Automata and was like, I'll just play that.
Hey, you okay?
Because at the time it was only the PS3 version, and it was people said it was dated, and I was like, I'll just jump to that.
Yeah.
But now that we have a remake.
Yeah. Well, and they added things to this to make it to where even if you played Automata, this is now, you can treat it like a prequel and have fun with it.
But what about those monsters? Are they
I really want to play Drakengard now, huh?
What is Drakengard? I don't know.
It's an RPG, and I mean, it involves dragons and stuff, but I remember really digging watching my friend play that back in the day.
Well, that's what I read. I was like, they were like, where should you start Nier? They're like, start with Nier Automata. Time is of the essence, and you just want to get into the world. If you really don't want spoilers, start with Nier. And they're like, and if you want the full experience, start with Drakengard and play through
you know what?
3.
I think I know the twist of this game, and I forgot it. Like, I learned it, and I forgot it. Like, there's a crazy ending, and I forgot what it is. So I'm glad that I forgot the spoiler.
Got it.
That's how it was with the show Lost. I watched the Mega 64 podcast, and I didn't care about Lost at all. They talked every week, and they explained who died. Major plot points, and I watched every podcast in the background while they explained all that, because I didn't care. And then I was like, I want to watch this, and I forgot everything, because you just don't, if you don't care or whatever.
That's what I watched a YouTube video 5 years ago about the story of Nier and Nier Automata and how it connected, and I don't remember a single thing.
Yeah, me neither.
Don't let you lay a finger on Yona.
I remember it just being crazy, so.
Yeah.
It'll be cool to get.
Oh, you don't even remember Automata?
No, I definitely remember Automata.
Okay.
I definitely know what happens there. Yeah, you don't forget the Nier Automata thing.
Well, people say that this game at least, a lot of existential dread, and it makes people depressed when they finish it. I'm 8 hours in, and it's very wholesome, and you're like, you'll see as you go along. But I'm just like, where are people getting really depressed? I'm sure that it's coming, but
I need to protect Yona.
It's almost like the Division.
Yeah, it's funny. It's because the PS3 game does look almost like a PS2 game. The textures and stuff, because when I was looking that up.
Yeah.
So they kind of just took that PS2
yeah, no, it's
old stuff, and it's definitely upscale, or not upscale. I mean, yeah, upscale.
They retextured some things, but it's the same layouts, and it's the same.
Stay away from my sister.
I like this music a lot.
These remind me of the last
Anyone hurt Yona?
You know what? This game also reminds me of so many things. It also reminds me of Kingdom Hearts and Ico.
Oh yeah.
The parts of this game remind me of Ico, Kingdom Hearts. Some of the stuff later reminds me of Death Stranding. Actually, fighting these guys reminds me a lot of fighting the Heartless in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah. All these Japanese developers were one thing that what made me actually get Nier Automata was I loved it almost turned into a shoot 'em up.
Yeah.
Like you could have an array of those bullets and stuff you could shoot out at enemies while you're attacking them. Like,
Yeah.
That turned into a really fun game.
Yeah, I think it gets a lot faster and crazier than what I've seen in Nier Automata compared to this, from what I remember seeing, but there definitely are some cool magic abilities.
I'll press L1 for Dark Execution. Dark Execution. Rolling up. This reminds me of Dark Souls.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of Demon Souls in some of this.
You gotta roll. Anybody play Sonic with the rolls? They kind of got a.
Was there a hit combo system in Automata?
Yeah.
I don't, like, it's in here, I don't know what it, maybe it makes you get more experience the higher it goes.
Good.
But I don't really know what it does. It's not like from what I've seen, I've never seen where, like, it lets me do
Okay,
something.
so here's like the shoot 'em up stuff. I guess they put that in this one. Or that,
Yeah.
might have been in the original one. But I don't know.
That's what I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was in the original. I know the fist, like where you do the big fist, I know that was in the original.
Alright, welcome on. Now press L1, Dark Leaves. Okay, when they do that, like my old ability's gone. Now I know this.
Yeah, later in the game as you're, well, you'll see. You can swap between things. I like holding up and getting a bunch of lances.
I don't know how they keep letting this guy get away with these crazy like names. Because they did something like that when they did an update for Nier Automata.
That's how Kingdom Hearts is. I mean, it's their whole company. It's part of their brand at this point.
Yeah, is making crazy number of things. Boss fight.
This is where it started reminding me of Kingdom Hearts, was when you fight the big Heartless at the end of the tutorial thing. You can charge a bunch of them.
Oh!
In the top right, see how many charges you can build up.
Oh, I shot the little one. Whoa!
They're bad. AOI said, well, it erased their save games when you got to certain endings. Maybe that was the reason for depression. Yikes. Didn't know that. Wow. No way. That's crazy if that's true. I didn't know that. Is this similar so far to the other game?
The other game focused more on like that little robot that you get at the beginning, like shooting up stuff.
Oh, okay.
So this has
you have the book, but now you have a robot.
Yeah. This was similar to the second game. Nice. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh! I'm third through, if they're doing 100, level 100. I'm third of the way through. Nice. Are you playing on normal too? Is that what
Yeah, I played on normal. There's some tougher enemies later on. It's been a good balance.
Yona, talk to me.
Yona?
It's okay. I'm fine. What about you?
Those guys were nothing.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Hey, by the way, look at this. I found it while you were gone.
Whoa. Is that a cookie?
Here. We can split it.
It also is like Kingdom Hearts
No,
with the
you
hood.
take it.
Him with the unknown hood.
No.
Yeah.
You need to eat too.
Do you think you'll go back and finish the Kingdom Hearts?
Fine.
Oh yeah, I'm planning
I'll
on
take
playing
the small
too.
half.
No.
Who's my favorite?
I'll probably do that this year.
You
I'm
need
gonna
to
watch
keep up your
videos for
strength.
the rest of them.
Yeah.
And I was watching like full cutscenes. I might need to watch like recap. Like, would you recommend full cutscenes for all those?
Yona!
I was doing
Yona!
full cutscenes for the Chain of Memories.
The 358 by 2 days had some. That was fun to watch all the way through, like on the disc.
Yeah.
Because they have some that are just on the disc. But yeah, I think you could just watch a
Jonah?
recap kind of thing of
Why
the
did you-
cutscenes of the other ones.
Yeah.
You've always been the one helping me.
I do think Birth by Sleep is a legit good game to play.
I just
Yeah.
wanted you.
Well, then I might play that
Jonah!
one.
Yona!
No,
I started Chain of Memories. I got about 5 hours in, and I just decided I
Yeah, I don't know
wasn't.
if I could do that.
We need help. Please, somebody, we need help. Help us!
Hit different when it was a dad and a daughter. They did a lot of crazy things back in the day. I feel like now they don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, the Yakuza games had crazy differences. Like they
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
even have like ramen noodle shops and stuff like, or certain food stuff. It was
That's
like they replaced it with
crazy.
hamburgers. and,
Oh my
like,
gosh.
Like they had wackadoo stuff, but now it's like, okay, people want to like love the culture.
Yeah.
They love all that stuff that's about Japan. Like leave that in. Like,
My goodness.
but that's so funny that they
That's-
were like,
Oh,
I can't
Yona.
imagine
we
playing a
can't
Yakuza game with no Japanese cultural.
yeah, they took out like weird stuff in the Yakuza games.
One of my favorite Yakuza quests so far in Zero was these hobos. I had to buy them all drinks.
Yeah.
I had to get all their drink orders and figure out what they wanted.
Now loading the 1080p capped video game.
Oh yeah, they didn't touch any of the loading optimization stuff either. They said it loads the same way. This part cracks me up. This game cracks me up, dude. Love this music, dude.
Oh, I did see like a preview of this of like when they go into a building, it's 2D. It goes into 2D and
Yes.
stuff.
All right, I'm heading out.
Yes, it's cool.
They touched the faces up.
Oh yeah, they
That's all
touched
new.
up the faces. They touched up the graphics. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not.
Can I come with you today?
Better not. I'm probably going hunting, but I'll bring you back a book from the lot. I'll see you later.
Yippee!
Circle is how you interact with stuff, by the way.
Love you too. Yippee! Yeah, I love that it goes
Yeah.
into 2D and when you go inside.
It's cool.
It's a nice touch.
This is where it started reminding me of some of these other.
I should go to the library and see what Popola's up to.
Hoopla.
These chickens remind me of.
Yeah. I want to see if I attack them a million. Come out.
Some of it reminds me a little bit of Breath of the Wild too, with stuff in the distance. It's not design-wise that way, but visually it has almost a similar look.
So keep your eyes peeled for them. You know what has one of the worst saving? Like, this is fine because it's like a safe spot. The worst saving, this reminded me of Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter for PS2.
Gosh.
And maybe, well, Resident Evil, don't you have to have like
you have to have ribbons?
Ribbons. And
I hate that.
Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter, you had to have a literal quarter to put into like this payphones, and that's how you save. And I remember as a kid, like, I'm not doing that.
I hate
like,
when you have to pay to save.
I was like, I want to save like when I need to. Save spots are okay. I wish I could save everywhere, but I've been spoiled by newer games that can do that.
They've been pretty generous with these in this game.
That reminds me of Nier Automata, just all these
Morning.
Hey, Devil.
You keep running around like that.
I think I'll...
The soundtrack seems great.
Stop working and play with me for once. Hey, come.
Sorry.
Yeah, I go around and talk to all these people.
There's no better sight than children in high spirits. It makes me...
Would you mind, because you're closer, go out in the hallway and grab that GameStop bag that's out there? We'll talk about some GameStop stuff today. Should be right on that record player on the right.
If we turn this entire plaza into a field, we could probably improve our food supply situation. Oh, easier.
All right, this is AOI has wondered about this in the past. I finally broke down and did it. I got Dragon Quest XI. It's not even wanting me to show it on stream because of my technology, but that is Dragon Quest XI for Switch.
Does this have speed up, slow down?
Yeah.
Is that what?
And I said I would buy it back if they ever made a version with that, or PC or whatever. So when the PC version came out, they added that.
Nice.
But I was like, I want to play it on the go.
Oh, that's a cool cover.
Yeah. But what was funny, or actually, I think that came out first, and then the Switch version, or the PC version, and they didn't even like up the res or the textures and stuff. But I do have it now. I'm going to play it, and then I also got Super Mario Maker 2. But GameStop was doing if you bought a new game, you got a pre-owned game for 30% off.
Oh, that's a good deal.
So I went in there, I had some gift cards. But here's the thing I was going to talk about. I haven't been into a GameStop, I feel like, in over a couple of years.
Okay.
Maybe a Black Friday I ran in there. But man, it's been like years since I ran in there. Because I use Amazon or whatever, Best Buy to get my games. GameStop kind of burnt me a lot.
Yeah.
They just do a lot of shady things. But went in there, it is totally revamped. So the store that's near us that we usually go to, the one that's like right up here, on the side port, totally new. It looks like they redid the flooring. There is all pop figures. It is like, I would say 80% pop figures, and the games are on the edges.
I haven't been there and I guess they had like a center area with the pop figures and the shirts and stuff.
Well, it is a lot of merch now. It's
really
popped. It's Pokemon like plushes and merch stuff, and
that's what they need to do.
While I was in there as a stockholder, I was like, you know what? I'm glad I hold some GameStop stock.
Go check it out.
Sure wish I...
Yeah, it was totally.
Make sure you stock up on necessities before heading out to hunt.
Let's buy something. I always hate in these RPG games when you first start, you can't buy anything. You just look at what, like, yeah, you're gonna have to go do some stuff.
Come back.
I said, now the Secret of Mana collection next. I've played Sword of Mana on GBA, and I didn't like Secret of Mana
We've
really at
got
all.
beautiful.
Some of they claim to be working, but
The sheep in the northern plains are usually gentle, but mutton is an important food source to the people of...
This lady got to sell flowers.
why not fill your garden with...
Yeah, you can do like gardening in this game.
Oh, wow.
You can buy some stuff and go play it.
I hope you grow. Mutton is so expensive.
What? Is that money?
I
Or
guess
not
the
money,
sheep
because they're saying it's expensive.
I think it's like sheep
Mutton
meat.
is so
Sheep meat.
expensive lately.
Let's get some sheep meat. You got some sheep meat?
We've got some nice materials and
I don't know what any of these things are yet.
Yeah. This game, I'm gonna wait until you get the first prompt. But I do have a statement. It's not. I don't dislike it, but it reminds me of The Witcher 1 in a specific way. And
Well,
I think
it had to have aged because it was 08 this game came out.
Yeah, and I think it's part of the narrative as well.
Manor in the corner of the southern plains is a right creepy place. You can tell it's haunted just by looking at it.
I should go to the library.
Popola. Kakariko Village vibes here.
I mean, it sounds like. Oh, found an item. Is this mutton? Medicinal. Not mutton.
Weed.
Weed.
In one of these games where you have the herbs to heal you, you should just you can smash some of those boxes. I think. Like that box right there.
Bean seed.
They should just have a character like when you're getting the herb, be like, yeah, I had some herbs and I was stoned. Like,
There's gotta be something like that.
Call it what it is.
Where's the library?
It's not here. It's on your map.
Is it where the red X is
Yeah.
at? Okay, I gotta go up here then.
When you roll, out of your roll, it should make you sprint. Hold it for a second. Keep auto sprint. I guess you're sprinting.
Yeah, I'm sprinting. Yeah, I love this music. This is like Nier.
I heard they've got discount vegetables.
And the music does a good job of like flowing from one building or one area to the next.
It's the same NPC I just saw.
Visiting Pope.
I love that they didn't like take advantage of the loading stuff.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Balan Wonderland game?
Oh yeah, there's an ad for it in here.
Is there?
I think so, yeah.
Because it is Square Enix. Yeah, that's true.
This is a $70 game on the PlayStation.
Well, it went down to $50, and Cheap Ass Gamer or whatever, when he tweets it, it says here it's on sale for $50, and then he put Donkey's review in there because Donkey just shows basically what the game is.
Now, here's the craziest thing about it.
And that game is a turd.
It's terrible, but I watched a thing where this guy made a YouTube video. He said, I got the platinum and read the Balan Wonderland novel so you didn't have to. It released, there's a novel.
Oh, wow.
There's a 280-page novel that is the story of the game because they had to take the story out of the game. This guy spent 70 hours getting the platinum and read the novel.
So was it worth it?
No. It basically, just explains how nonsense it was.
It's so bad people thought it was like a money laundering scheme.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, what an achievement. But it was funny because they put that, like, the Donkey's review on there, and then they were like, it is sold out. People, like, bought it out or whatever.
Because it's going to be a collector's item. It'll never get reprinted.
So I was like, maybe I get it for whatever. I don't know if I'd
be a
pay
fun
something
egg,
for
right?
it. Yeah.
Popola asked me to organize the books.
The funniest thing I saw on that game
I never should
was
have
someone
taken this
said,
job.
man, the controls in this game are really interesting. It was like one button was run, one button was jump, and then all the other buttons, literally they all had an arrow and it said change costume. Like 10 other buttons said change costume.
Well, the thing that was cracking me up was I saw that, well, for one, when you beat a level or whatever, you go into a dancing, like a terrible, it looks like a high school, like graduates, like 3D modeling. They all dance and sing, and they sing this, like, you can do anything you want. It's like, so it might turn into The Room type level of stuff.
Maybe that's worth us playing, man.
Yeah, maybe we should. Should we do Balan's Wonderland?
Balan's Wonderland.
But also,
I guess it's locked.
There's a thing called Foxbox. Like, there's different costumes you get in it. And one's called Foxbox, but it randomly turns you into it. So I saw gameplay. It might have been somebody else was watching on YouTube. it'll just randomly turn. It won't tell you when it's going to turn into Fox Box, and when you turn it into a box, it's just a box with a hat, like a wizard's hat on top of it, and you slide and you can't do anything, and you can fall off the edge, and it doesn't tell you when you're going to turn into it.
That's
so it almost does seem like somebody had to have known what they were doing with this game.
That's absolute bananas.
Good morning.
Her cough's still pretty bad.
That's worth.
I know. I keep hoping. I don't know.
Oh, stop that. You're the
Finest brother. We're back to the
I was
original.
hoping you might take care of this for me. I got a request from someone in
I
the
would
shopping
love to be a
district.
fly on the wall for these decisions.
Got
Like,
it.
it has to be.
I'm on my way.
Has to be it. Well, it was either right before or
Since you're
right
going to the
after
plains, trust me.
The Last of Us. I don't know.
It was before.
It was before The Last of Us.
Last of Us made it okay to have a dad figure.
Yeah. Well, I just know that this game, it got compared to Last of Us a lot. In a weird way, I was seeing people.
Oh, would you mind purchasing 3 medicinal herbs from the client while you're... Here's some money.
Popola, this is way too much.
Well then, buy some for you.
You don't have to.
It's okay.
Popola.
Thanks, Popola.
What's this all about?
Just the way you and the other we really
Think nothing of it. Besides, everyone here...
I will.
Popola, thank you. I mean, seeing the Balan's Wonderland reminded me of Devil's Third. Which,
Yeah.
if you look that up on eBay, that went up tremendously too.
Yeah.
It's like maybe these bad games.
God,
Like,
that game was awesome.
there's gonna be a collection.
There's a person there.
Yona? What's she doing
Sure,
here?
you're supposed to be home.
What the frick are you doing?
Yona?
Oh,
Yona, you're supposed to see.
I'm so... I just thought I'd see if the library...
Yona, look, don't you just need to eat and rest?
You really...
I know. Anyway, I've got work to do, so I need.
Deal.
Okay, just leave it there. She's sick. And she doesn't have her mask on.
Those kids said something interesting. If you talk to them, they say all these books, but nobody knows how to read them. Like,
oh, that's interesting.
Kind of an interesting world building thing. Apparently,
People say the world is dying. Populations continue to fall, while plague and disease run rampant. If that wasn't enough, monsters called Shades now roam the land as well, threatening our very lives.
We're close to this
I
world.
can't let any of them
Minus the
distract me.
Shades.
Yeah.
We don't have the demons like lurking around yet.
My sister is sick.
We've got everything else.
My only goal is to ensure that
We've
the
got
two of us
Popola.
survive. It's not easy for a pair of kids to live on their own. But the villagers have been kind to us. And despite everything, somehow I feel like we're gonna be okay. We have to be.
that's what I thought.
There's no other choice.
I guess something goes wrong.
Something
from
goes
what I've
wrong.
heard. So, your first quest here is to get 3 herbs and then bring it back to the lady.
Yeah.
As you play, some of the... and you can see it out in this area. So this game starts to remind me of Death Stranding, where these people can't go from town to town.
Yeah.
So they're asking you to do things for them, but one town over and back and forth, and you're running between the towns doing things. It reminds me of The Witcher 1 a little bit, where you're going back and forth.
Yeah.
Fetch questy, but like it's all, you know, trying to do things for people and...
Get some mutton! Oh my god. Oh, I gotta collect this. We got mutton? We got some mutton!
Some mutton.
It's all about the mutton.
The lady said it's so expensive, it's not that hard to get.
You just have to freaking blood at least shear a lamb. Someone pointed out online, I did see this, that when you walk, like the blood follows you.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
That's
I noticed that yesterday. And it reminded me visually of Death Stranding with these like run down like railroads and like
yeah,
like nature reclaimed all the.
What an interesting
It is.
Now, is this as long as the original was, or because of sprinting or something?
Guess I
is
won't
it
be
better?
crossing here.
Because I think
That's a
the
good
old, I
question.
think Nier, the other one was pretty long.
So I'll look it up. I read that to
look
just
up the
do-
original first. I think it's like 50 to 60 hours.
I think it's similar to Nier Automata, where it's kind of what you make it. I mean, Nier Gestalt. How long?
How long could be? Favorite sites. Should I keep playing this game?
Main story 20 hours. Main plus extras 35. Completion is 68.
Until they're on.
And then Replicant, which is what this is a remaster of. Replicant is 17 hours, 32, so... Or, yeah, 17 for main story, 32 for main plus extras, and 61 for completionist, so... Well, yeah, and I think it's like the other one where you do...
Completionist has to be with all the endings.
You do all the... Well, I think that's for the platinum. I think main plus extras is the extra endings.
Okay.
It's like 30 hours if you want to do all the endings.
Yeah.
So it's a
I
little
better
shorter
get this
than
mutton back to the village.
Automata.
Yeah, how long was Automata?
I'll have to look.
Because I only... Well, I...
Did you do all the endings?
It's different the way that game's set up. I did pretty much the main stuff, yeah. Anyway, it says, I think it took me more than 35 hours for all the endings.
What are shades
Nier
doing so close to
Automata is
town?
21 for main story, 37 for main plus extras, and 61 for completionist. So it's pretty much the same, if
I
not a
can't
little
just
bit
let him
longer
go.
than this.
I have to protect the village. And Yona.
I thought I was going back. Oh, I gotta... They won't let me bring these in the village, I guess.
Go this way.
Just let him in. Was it 35 hours for Nier Replicant, AOI? Or Nier Automata?
I had no idea shades were
I saw a
so close
journalist.
to the village.
He was tweeting about this game, and he finished all the endings. He said it took him 35 hours on Twitter. So I'm assuming that 60-hour thing must be for the platinum and full collecting and all the quests. Beating it on hard. Oh, crap. I'm not a completionist guy.
Nier Replicant took more hours for me.
I can't even
AOI,
stop
did you
hunting
just
in
play
peace.
this
Time
and
to get
beat
this meat
it,
to the
or
shopkeeper.
did you play this back in the day?
Time to get this meat to the shopkeeper.
If I hadn't been camping and had a really busy weekend this past weekend, I probably would have just plowed through this game because I've been liking it, and I don't want to get spoiled.
Yeah.
On, I guess there's some really big shifts that happen halfway through. I'm thinking about going straight from this right into Automata. I guess it'll depend on how I'm feeling. Back in the day. Okay.
Back in the day.
So you're an OG. AOI, it's good to talk to you, man. I haven't streamed in a while.
How's Yona doing?
That's the guy I think you need to...
Sure wish I had.
that's the guy maybe buy the herbs from.
Here's that mutton.
Oh, thank you. You wouldn't believe how popular this stuff and
You got it.
Nice. I was out for work today in the Columbus, Ohio area today, and I was going somewhere else, and I saw like a video game store. I think it was called like Shouts Out. What was it called? I can't even think. It was like movies.
Stop by.
Movies,
next time you're
toys,
free.
and games. It was something like that, like Play It or something. Play It, all those. Anyways, it took me back when I walked. I was like, oh, check this out. I walked in. It took me back to old Blockbuster, and the reason being is, if you remember Blockbuster, anything up front was sun faded to hell.
Yes.
Everything was sun faded to hell.
Yeah.
And I felt so sad because I was like, oh, I might pick something up here if they're whatever. And at the very front, I was like, oh, all the Wii U stuff. There might be something I might have picked up.
It's just
it was
destroyed.
sun faded. The boxes were sun faded to hell.
Oh.
It's like, frick.
Buy some shades, man.
Yeah. Darken all the windows. This should be dark in there like a haunted house, you know? Don't make it. Don't want the... They add that feature. Okay, I gotta go back out. But I did all the side quests, every run through, beginning and maybe that's why it's more than 35 hours. Certain games, I don't care, because you were saying about like completionists. Final Fantasy VII Remake, I went back on hard and I 100%ed all of that. If I really like a game every now and then, it's like, okay, I want to be in this world a little bit longer. I'll get the trophies. That's like an extra, that's like a game too to me. You know? But most games, I just like, I try to get the meat out of it. So
that's what I do almost exclusively. It's pretty rare. Even games I love like Demon Souls, I thought about trying to platinum it, and I saw how much grinding and multiple playthroughs I'd have to do to get the stones.
yeah.
And the.
We were wanting to do that, and you said that. Like
I legitimately tried to optimize my playthrough for it, and it just was like I'd have to play through this game 3 more times.
Yeah.
Like and that's at launch when there's nothing else out, and I was like, I don't feel like doing this. So
yeah,
like,
I don't got that in me either.
I delivered the mutton.
Oh, and here's great. And thanks. That's all for today.
Thanks.
I delivered the mutton.
So, obviously so far, you know, we haven't done anything too story related, but a lot of this early game is, I need 5 of these, I need 6 of these,
Yeah,
and 7
that's like
of these.
Witcher.
I need 4 of these. I need a letter from this town. I need.
And I think that was the game design at the time.
It was.
I'm not really like surprised or shocked, like, oh, come on.
But I will say, and I'm trying to stay unspoiled, but I saw.
There's a meaning.
I think that there is some.
You're basically telling me this is good, Louis.
Some stuff has started happening in some of my side quests that are like, ooh, like. It starts, like, first it's normal, like, oh, thank you, and then it's like, oh, that's kind of dark, and then it's like, oh, like, there's gonna be, I think, some payoff for it, so, a little bit...
So the mutton quest is gonna get a payoff?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, well, I don't know about that, but I'm starting to I'm just soaking this game in, and I'm just doing it, and I'm not, like, worrying about, oh, this feels like a waste of time. I'm just trusting that the game's kind of...
Trust the process.
Going, so, yeah. Travis, did you do the letter side quest with the old lady? Yes, that's actually the last thing I just did, is I got her a letter and gave it to her.
How'd it go today? Anything exciting?
One of the last things I did. I've been to that town, yes.
Because I just stayed here all day like you told me. I tried reading books, but I fed. So if you have any fun stories.
Well, Popola told me about a legendary flower.
That's a
I guess. But people say finding one will make you rich. If I ever found one, I'd buy you.
Put a lunar tear.
Sure. With that kind of money, we could buy the best medicine around. The kind...
I don't know if I would say I've completed the side quest because all I did was give her a letter and it seemed kind of like... I went up to the little lighthouse and gave her the letter. So maybe there's more parts to it. I'm not quite sure. I don't really think anything else really happened. I just gave her the letter.
See you later. And
she was
please
nagging
stay out of trouble.
There is a scene in this game, I don't think we'll get to it, where you go in this room and it's in like this weird like kind of like area with all these pipes, like a factory, rundown factory kind of area. Some of this game reminds me a little bit of Final Fantasy VII Remake and some of the side areas you go down, where it's like linear path, but it's like fighting enemies and the music plays and then it stops. But there's this place you go. I won't say any more to the side quest. Okay, thank you. But you go in this room and like there's this guy who's like running the shop, and then there's this kid, and he's like, our mom's missing, is the guy running the shop, and the kid's like, I want to talk to mom. And then he's like, she's been gone for 7 days. She's like, where's mom? Like he's just acting like the one guy's acting so normal, and the kid is acting like a lunatic.
Seems like people did nothing but write books in the old days. And I can't read them either.
Yeah, that's what you
They're
were
all...
saying earlier.
Mother and father are very busy, so I have to watch my little brother. But I don't mind.
AOI did ask up a little bit. He said, will you watch the State of Play on Thursday? Yeah, they announced there's a new State of Play.
Is it for a specific game?
I think it's going to be
16,
leaning towards Ratchet and Clank, which I think I'm just going to play. So I don't know if I'll watch this one because I'm ready for that to come out, and that's June.
Yeah,
June,
if it's focused on a game I'm interested in, I will check it out.
Yeah, so if you want to learn more about Ratchet and Clank, but I'm just ready to play that. Like I am like
Thursday. I hate to say it this way. It kind of depends on how busy I am.
Yeah.
If I'm kind of like caught up on stuff and want to sit and watch it for 20 minutes, I'll watch
but
it.
it's going to be that and then some indie game showcase stuff. So.
Popola.
Hey, Popola.
I do have something,
now,
but
Sony, did they do anything for your
it's going
E3
to be a
last
bit
year?
of an ordeal.
Do you remember?
I have a feeling that's when they were doing their State of Play for Last of Us 2. Not on the week of E3.
I'm sure I can handle it.
They just skipped it, I think.
Aren't you confident?
Yeah,
straight up skipped it.
I think I don't think they had anything whatsoever.
Such a bummer, man. I missed
Last
that.
year's E3 was one of the worst of all.
Oh, I don't remember.
Because I don't remember anything that
The
happened
wooden
at all.
bridge out in the northern plains, right?
Really a waste.
The one where...
Exactly. We had a team of...
Wait, really?
Yes, I know.
I will say, whatever Nintendo
Apparently
has
it was
planned,
overcast that day.
God,
and the
we
shades
gotta
caught
see
them
Breath
off
of the Wild
guard.
too. You have to show me a title screen now. And you know what I mean? Like, you have to show me menu. Like, I don't care what it is. Like,
how many years ago did that get announced?
Not too long ago. I feel like we haven't been waiting that long. It's been long in terms of they haven't had anything that's like been that
When they
level.
first showed it, it seemed like it was so recent to when the game came out that it was like, we're going to get this quick because it's going to be the same engine.
Yes.
But it's been so long at this point that I'm like, will it be the same engine?
Yeah.
Like, what are we signing up for
I'll
right
go
now?
take him out.
If you're up for it.
I'll be fine, Popola. I'm as strong as any... Heck, I killed a bunch of shades by the
Oh? Anyway, are you sure you...
Yep.
Me and my wife went the other day, this just being this library reminded me, this old library in Cincinnati. It's called the Mercantile Library.
Yeah, I saw you posting about that. I don't really know what that means.
So we went there, and I think it's based on... There is... You know how like there's the NASDAQ or the S&P 500 and whatever?
Yeah.
There's like the Mercantile thing, and it's somehow involved with that because they had like a fountain made of like these coins, look like they were made out of these coins and stuff. So
Okay.
it has something to do with that and some trading they used to do in Cincinnati. I don't know the whole history, but what I do know is they had, it was really cool, on like these coffee tables were the check-in book, like check-in that you were there or whatever for the library, and it showed the years from 1830 to whatever. So the first thing we did, they had laminated them, and we pulled back, and there was like a check-in. It was all in cursive that we couldn't even read anymore. 1830.
Oh
and it showed the day they
gosh.
checked in August, blah blah blah, 5th of 1830, and it showed their name and like.
Oh my god.
And then if you went up in the books, and you know how like in libraries, like they have like a little slip and it shows who checked the book out and they stamped it. There was like this guy checked this out in 1929. And stuff.
Oh
It was sitting there right there on the shelf in
gosh.
front of you. Like I just opened a book and I pulled out a thing. It's like the last time was 1929. Somebody pulled it out in 43.
Can you anybody go there? Or
Anybody
is it...
go there?
Oh
and,
wow.
Yeah, and
That's
get
a cool
get
like
a card and get a
afternoon
number.
idea.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's really cool.
So the first thing I did when we walked in, it was like all these like marble, like face bust and stuff or whatever, like Shakespeare. And I looked at my wife and I was like, "Yo, you got Captain Underpants? Like, I need to check out Captain Underpants." 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh my gosh.
Do you have the Halo books? I need the Halo books.
Oh my god.
I need all the Halo books. Thank you. What's this guy gotta say here?
When you're knocked away, you can defend to recover quickly.
So this game reminds me of like the aesthetic of like, I haven't played it like Final Fantasy 12. I don't know why. I've never played that game. It's just like the art design.
I was mixed on 12. and then I played the Zodiac Age, the remaster.
That was good.
Oh, they've added the. You know what it is? You give me 2 times speed on crap, and I'm sold. So this Dragon Quest XI might be one of my new favorite games. We'll see, because they added the speed up, and you're zipping through that game. And I freaking like love the world, and I love the story in that one.
Does Persona 5 have the speed up?
It does not. But you get in and out of stuff quickly, and I haven't felt a grind in that game really yet.
Gotcha.
At least. Because that was one thing I was like, is there a freaking speed up in the Royal version? Or there wasn't. I wish they would have it. Oh, well, I take that back. You can press like an auto battle, and it's extremely quick.
Yeah.
But you cannot win most fights that way. Like, if you're a higher level, you can do certain enemies that way. Because that's what I would do with the Final Fantasy games when you can speed them up, is you can get to,
yeah, there were some contractors and they fought them off. They were trying to build that bridge. It's where it reminds me of Death Stranding, and just help people and then they can finish building.
Where's up to the right moment? Oh, we got parry. Yeah, parry.
These battles are so chaotic with so many enemies that I don't think I've ever parried one time. I don't feel like it, but...
How does not parry? Some games you just can't parry.
How do you want to reverse?
Did I do it?
That's weird.
Oh,
you only have one item, so just...
That's all I have? One medicinal herb? Well, now I just want to parry. We're good.
Okay. That's all of them.
That should take care of the shape.
That should take care of the shape.
Alright, Travis tells me with these fetch quests. There's a meaning to all this.
Was Auto like this at all at the beginning?
Yes, very. I mean, to the point where I almost quit.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a trend.
I think it's a similar. They want.
Maybe it's trying to separate the wheat from the chaff.
They're trying to set like the setting and like this is where you're at. This is how this world is, and then I think they like to disrupt that. Like they want to set a routine, so it almost feels almost like an MMO for a little bit.
Yeah. That just reminds me of like, well, some of the problems maybe we talked about with Last of Us 2 is like, here's some certain things you play through and you get this feeling or they get this vibe, and I just don't want to do it sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it was with Nier Automata. It's like, I just don't want to do this. No. Whereas like a movie, you're just sitting there and you're like, okay, I'm getting bored, but if I have to run back and forth and get another button, you know, like. I get that there's a meaning to this.
Well, what they'll do is they'll have you do 2 or 3 of these fetch quests, and then you'll kind of do more of a story-focused expedition thing.
Yeah.
I think you're coming up on a more involved thing.
Yeah. But I expected this. Like I went like when you brought this over, I was expecting to collect sheeple for a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's how Nier Automata was, and this was older than that, so. It just was an old.
How similar would you say these 2 games are so far?
Nier Automata is more lonely. There's not like town stuff.
Yeah.
Like this is a more but the combat's similar.
You're back.
And the vibe so far is similar.
Did everything?
I'm fine.
Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried.
Popola.
I know. Oh, here. Those carpenters left some money for you.
Wow.
Go back. Oh. Speaking of Yona.
What?
I think it's okay.
About...
She was...
You mean out...
Exactly.
She's probably been getting nutty ideas.
Nutty ideas.
Don't worry.
Thanks.
But she was worried about...
Yeah.
Oh, I want to talk about this. The other day, we got a shill for the biggest gaming forum on the world, Reset Era.
Okay.
Somebody posted a thread. It got locked. And it was for... Back in the day, they released a Xenogears art book that is legendary. Legendary art book. but it was only in Japanese. It never came over here. Well, a couple years ago, and I have this downloaded on my computer, somebody scanned all those pages in and Photoshop, like, took all the Japanese out and translated the English on it. So I have that PDF. Well, somebody the other day took it, like, I partnered with this, like, book publishing thing, and they made, it's called Xenogears Perfect Works. I think you can still get it. It's on lulu.com. That's the name of the site. It's lulu.com.
It's just like an off-brand.
Off-brand, like, whatever. But somebody took it, they denoised it, like the original scans of this, and like up-resed it. Had that in an English translation. And yeah, AOI said your dog. Yeah, that's what I thought of when I got it. Lulu.com. But I saw it on that Reset thread, and every poster was like, "Yep, I didn't expect to buy this today," and I bought that in a freaking instant.
Wow.
It was $60, and there was a discount. You could do a 15%. Like, somebody put the coupon code in the thread.
Oh, that's cool.
Grab that, and the moderators locked it and said, because of copyright stuff, because it's like this like somebody else is like doing this.
Well, freaking put it in English.
But
if you don't, yeah.
But I know they'll never do that. Like, that is something that's not on their agenda to do. So I was like, if I can have a physical version of that, because it is an unbelievable art book. So I went through and looked at it on the PDF, like read through it, and I was like, oh, give me a physical version of that. So
interesting. I never heard of that.
It is a legendary art book, like. But whoops. I nabbed that, and another reason I got it is because I remember back in the day seeing the knockoff. They put it on Etsy. Some guy 3D printed the freaking things that I have right here. I forget. Oh, they're over here. I have the blind box that's Final Fantasy 7 polygon figures that are over here, and somebody like printed like bigger versions actually of the 3D models of that. And they took those down in like a freaking like 3 days. Those were gone like in an instant. And I missed them, and I was like, crap! I should have just bought
things
those.
being not produced at the scale that people want them, and with 3D printing, and like I think you're gonna see more like knockoff like copies of things being sold third party.
So that book, I was totally fine when I heard that they did like a version of it, and it was right here.
Yona, where'd she? Maybe she's.
Oh, this is where they're gonna subvert my expectations here. But yeah, I saw that book and I was like, I would usually... This is probably the first time I've ever bought a knockoff thing like that, ever. But because of how they handled that other thing, I was like, I just want to see this and read this in a physical format. And I'll rebuy it if they do an official thing, but I'm not that much open to it.
Yeah.
But I will say they did make a new like action figure for Xenogears. They made like one of the mechs and like the main character.
That's still on my bucket list to go back and finish that game. I put about 10 hours into it, and I was really liking it. But I was playing it on a PS3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I played it on an emulator. I think was how I did it. I think. I don't know. I might have played it on PS3 as well. Actually,
doesn't look like she's here.
Which I guess maybe I can't do that now. I might not be able to reinstall it. Well, then I found a way you can play PS3 games on a PSP, and I got it running on a PSP, and then it died. I didn't have a charger. It's just very tragic. I did.
Yeah.
And then my save file was stuck on a PSP with no charge, and I was just like, emulator would probably be the way I'd do it now.
I would do an emulator.
Hey, I can't find Yona.
I'm gonna put that in.
Really?
You have any idea where she might be?
She stopped by earlier.
Did she say anything?
She just asked if I knew where lunar tears grow. I told her how they used to grow.
Why? Oh,
what's...
Yesterday, I told her that's...
Oh.
Then we got to talking about how we could use them.
You don't...
I want to go to the lunar tears. What's the fastest way to the...
Through the eastern...
Got it.
Why, oh why, would you tell her where the lunar tears are?
Yeah, you really screwed the pooch there.
I have to get to the eastern gate.
Seems the anti-Dark Souls. In Dark Souls, when you pick up an item like the one that's right there, it disappears, but you ran past it.
What's that?
Lunar
They
tear?
really didn't want you to miss it.
Yona's ribbon.
I can't believe this. I can't believe this.
Oh my gosh. That was Yona's ribbon. February 4th is my birthday and it keeps popping that up. It knows it's pulling something from
Well, that's interesting, but it was the same for me. It's just funny though.
I thought it was pulling something from the
That's funny.
PlayStation. Why are the lambs running away? I just slaughtered your friend.
This is where it started reminding me a little bit of Final Fantasy VII Remake with some of these linear paths you go down.
Taking these lambs out. I could never kill a lamb like that. Just couldn't do it.
Straight up slaughter it.
You'd have to pay me $1 million to kill a lamb. How much money would you kill a lamb for?
Love to do as part of their face.
It's true. Or they do it.
I don't think I would want
lamb
to kill.
chops.
I don't think I'd want to kill a lamb.
For $1 million, would you do it?
I'd
This
find
rocks.
a way.
There's no way. Maybe she found some
You'd
other
find
way.
it in you.
Yeah, I think you wouldn't do it for $1 million. So it's literally $1 million.
No, I said $1 million. I said I would do it for $1 million.
Would you do it for $10,000 in Dogecoin?
10,000 Doge?
$10,000 in Doge. Or for one full Bitcoin.
For one full Bitcoin, it would be $50,000.
Oh, this game also reminds me a little bit of Last Guardian.
Ooh, yeah.
There's definitely a Last Guardian Ico kind of vibe to
I wouldn't kill a lamb for $50,000. It's a gruesome thing. I feel like because we don't know what we're doing. Here's the thing. Here's the
it's not
caveat.
gonna be a quick kill.
You wouldn't know how to do it.
It's not a quick kill.
Yeah. It would be a very gruesome, life-changing event.
Well, what are you killing it with?
Sword? A sword.
Yeah.
The sword from Nier Replicant.
Odds are that thing's not going through the neck on the first swing.
You have to kill it with a sword from the Renaissance Festival.
Oh God.
Like a Sephiroth. Any animal lovers watching? I told you $1 million would have to be my breaking point. Everybody has a price.
I don't really think I can kill any animal. I'm not into hunting.
I wouldn't do it for $1 less than $1 million. That's how much I love
Would
animals.
you ever go hunting?
I've been asked to go, and then I had a friend growing up that was really involved in it, and I never went with him either. But I've had people in my family like, "Hey, you want to go hunting or whatever?" And I was like,
"It's just not
for me."
Not for me. Cause like, you've got a gun.
Yeah.
What's that animal gonna do?
Yeah.
It's not even playing field.
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna kill a deer, you got to put antlers on it, and you got to go out there and battle it. And
head to head.
Then
yeah, because what does it prove? Like, of course you have a gun you could kill.
Yeah.
I know it's a skill set. I know I'm not saying it's easy, but like, isn't that saying something too? Like, everything kind of has to go right to kill him with a gun.
Yeah.
Like, take the gun away. Like,
I know there's stuff involved with population control because they'll go like rampant or whatever.
Sure.
I get all that.
If that's your call,
but I couldn't personally do it. That's what I'm saying. But I do challenge you. Put some antlers on it.
We were camping and we met these
You
people
kill a deer.
that lived in Florida. We met these people that lived in Florida.
Yeah.
And there's an island in Florida, right? You know, just a little tiny island where this guy in the 1920s, he brought these monkeys to this island because he wanted to like breed them and make like a monkey island. But they bred,
PC game.
but they overbred and they learned how to swim. So they swam. So there's this area of like 20, 25 square miles in Florida with an island in it. that these monkeys, there are thousands of them, and they have taken it over completely, and they have...
It's Monkey Island.
And they all have herpes, and they all have... they've all generated this herpes, and when people go and they get attacked, they give the herpes to the people. Like, it's like a huge problem. Like, a massive problem. These monkeys. And we were talking about it, and I was just laughing. I was like... What if this guy like could see the fruits of his labor?
Did he die?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he's not dead, and he just kind of left, and like he looks back on it like, man, that was a mess. Like
every day he wakes up like, oh, that damn Monkey Island. Oh shoot. He wakes up, and that's gotta be a regret. Cause have you ever done something in your life? You're like, you wake up. That has to be people in jail. Like, I woke up and I have to live with that the rest of my life. Like that choice is still real. Like I can live with that. Like
and
that guy might wake up.
You made a monkey island.
I made a monkey herpy island. Oh jeez.
I can't get you out of this one.
I got the key. Oh, this. I'm getting some major, all the times you've told me this, because there are different vibes.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the tweet of, I'm getting some major Boss Baby vibes.
She'll never make it out of here.
When we watched that movie the other night, oh no, you weren't there. I went with, it was for my wife's.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess it'd be my sister-in-law's. They rented out you can rent out movie theaters right now, and the preview at the beginning was for Cruella, and I kept thinking of that.
Oh, Boss Baby.
I was sitting there, I'm getting some major Boss Baby vibes. It's a good tweet. Somebody saw that trailer and thought it looked like Buckle Orange or a Hubert film.
This is like a Zelda thing. Ooh. This really did remind me of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, this is.
You know, the music and all the...
It's giving me major boss baby. I think that Rhea movie is the only 2021 movie I've seen. Oh, you saw that Nobody.
I saw Nobody. I liked that.
Yeah. You go into a little bit more detail on the podcast.
Yeah, it was good. Are you going to watch that?
I do want to see that, yeah. I do.
It's short. It's definitely worth popping on. And I know you'll watch movies in chunks. If one you can kind of throw on when you have some time. It's fun. Surprising movie. Kind of stuff you don't think it's going to do. It's kind of like the Nier.
Yeah, it starts out something and you're getting mutton.
Actually,
oh my god. We're getting some major Nier vibes from this. That's how you were in the theater. I'm getting some major Nier vibes.
It's like Nier and Boss Baby.
Am I going back to where I was?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you're still going forward.
Ah, puzzle. I'm getting some major Zelda vibes from this one. I think Nier does this too, where it goes to the top down.
Yeah. Well, it works if they do like the bullet stuff in a room like this, a bigger room.
Yeah, it actually works even better.
This does some of that stuff. Some of the bigger fights.
AOI says, are you interested in the Mortal Kombat movie? Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people say it's fun.
I would like to check that out. I think anything... well, after the Oscars, couldn't even get people to watch from last year because there was nothing last year, and I think other people are just tired of the Oscars too. But.
Well, and did you hear what happened at the end of that movie?
The Mortal Kombat?
No, at the end of the Oscar, or the end of the Oscars, that movie.
I heard that they freaking really led people on that they were going to give that Chadwick
Boseman.
Yeah, they were going to give him the best actor. and they kept showing previews, and then they didn't give it to him.
Well, yeah. Not only that,
and then they did an NFT of him.
Oh God, did they really?
Yeah, they gave out NFTs.
That's so awful. So the Oscars this year, they did Best Picture third to last.
Yeah. Oh.
And then they did Best Female Actor and then Best Male Actor.
Because they were hyping
so
up.
So they ended with Best Male Actor.
And that's why.
And then not only did Chadwick Boseman not win, the person that won wasn't watching. He didn't watch. Like, he just straight up wasn't watching. So when they went to him for his speech, it was a black screen. So this other guy won after they hyped up Chadwick Boseman, and then it went to a blank screen, and then they had like some woman dancing, and then it just ended. So everybody was like, "That is the weirdest thing that has ever happened."
Yeah, can they just put a fork in those?
Well, I saw they had 7 million viewers, and last year the Game Awards had 80 million.
Yeah, that thing you posted.
Yeah, I think that these ships have crossed in the night, and then. Games, if you take into account mobile markets stuff, games make way more money than movies do. So, like, we are pretty much reaching the point that games are as culturally relevant as movies. Like, especially as older people, not older, but continue to die, and younger people continue to play games.
Yeah.
Like, I think that we are seeing a shift. To where I think games are going to become more and more the most.
Once Gen X and millennials are next in line.
When we're in our 80s, we're going to be, playing these games.
I'm getting major Nier vibes from this, Travis, as we're streaming.
We'll still be doing this channel.
Sadly, we probably will. We'll have made it to 1,000 subscribers by then. I promise.
It'll be us at 60 years old playing Nier Replicant 3.876.
1,020 subscribers.
This time it's 8K.
I love that they moved it up to 8K. Still waiting on Breath of the Wild 2 and Metroid. Metroid 4 is going to be great when that comes out. But yeah, the Mortal Kombat movie, to answer your question, I do, that might be fun to check out.
I heard it's fun, and
I think anything now, because there hasn't been anything, that'd be fun to watch. So. Perfect time.
That was like in the middle of the pandemic when things started looking like they were going to get better, like last August, I think. Whatever the lowest point was, my wife and I did go to the movies one time. Because there was no one there.
We went and saw Tenet when it was
empty.
It
was just empty. But we went and saw, what was it called? The Young Giants. What was it called? It was the kids. It was like X-Men universe, but it was these kids, Young Mutants. New Mutants. We went and saw the New Mutants. That movie, because I hadn't seen a movie in a year, I was like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it was bad in many ways, but I had fun with it because it was just like a fun, dumb movie in the theaters. And you miss that stuff.
I've been on such a major Nintendo kick lately. And I bounce back and forth between Nintendo and anything else because Nintendo games are so hyper polished and they have a great quality to them, but it's like, okay, I'm ready for like these kinds of games with these kind of weirdo, wackadoo kind of weird stuff. And
are you going this way? I don't know. Are you? If you think you're going right,
the other thing doesn't have anything out there.
Okay.
I don't remember. Okay, this is new.
Yeah.
Didn't have this type of touch or something. Oh my gosh, Yana went through all this. Kidding me?
I think I hate to say this, I think you at some point got turned around and you came back to the beginning. So go back through all those doors. I'm almost certain you're back at the beginning of when you first got on this floor. But everything's cleared out now, so
Are you a Burger King guy?
No.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I went to Burger King.
My wife likes Burger King a lot, and
I used to really like it at the time.
I never.
The chicken fries were good, but then they changed.
I was never too big on their chicken. I was never too big on their burgers. I mean, I can have a Whopper. Like, I'm not above eating a Whopper. Like, they're fine.
Looks like you can get outside from here.
But you know, their little croissant sandwich, breakfast sandwiches aren't bad if you just have a few bucks and you want to get one of those. And actually, I'll say at this point, I almost like their breakfast better than McDonald's because the McDonald's got rid of the steak, egg, and cheese bagel. But yeah, Wendy's is okay. Burger King's alright. You know, I think Chick-fil-A is top tier.
Yeah. You should have been here for
I know.
for the
I
fast
should have been
food
there for that.
ranking.
Where do you put? I guess I didn't realize how controversial Arby's is. Where do you put Arby's?
I put it at like C, and I would have. I think we. Devin would. I think he was fine with it going higher. I would have put it on like D.
Yeah.
I would have, but I was fine at C. So
I think C or a low B is good with me. I can go for a good roast beef sandwich every now and then.
I think C is good,
but
because it's not the best.
But I've been seeing people saying like, "God, Arby's will ruin you. Don't. Arby's is terrible. Don't eat it."
I don't think it's extremely bad, but I also am not out there to defend it.
Yeah.
It also really depends sometimes. All fast food to me, like I'm the fast food, even doing this ranking, that's all I did for 20-something years.
Yeah,
I ate it every single day. I ate all these places, so it is a gamble. Like some people might be like, "Oh, Arby's is disgusting," and they went when like the fries were bad.
Yeah.
You know, like, because that can happen a lot. Like
wide variation.
You got bad fast food. It was like you had to throw the whole fry.
Well, that's what when McDonald's is fresh, I actually think it's pretty good.
I love McDonald's.
When McDonald's isn't, yeah, but when McDonald's isn't fresh, it's cardboard. Yeah.
You just really gotta get lucky, and it's always you're gambling with your money. You know. Sometimes you win. Some people I would like be eating fast food. People are like, oh, fries are not even done. They're just like light yellow and they're just soggy.
You go back. You're going the right way.
Go the right way.
Yeah, that way.
It's disgusting. I'm like, oh, no, I'm just lost.
You can jump through there.
I don't know where to pull it. Just... I'm getting some major Tomb Raider vibes now. I do see like Last Guardian and stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of different things that this game reminds me of. But it's very much its own thing so far.
That ladder's broke. I could probably get up there if I had...
Ooh, I wonder if we had a box.
That is something no one can tell me I'm wrong, that Last of Us 2 was way better with the environmental puzzles. Walking around with Ellie in the first one, trying to find the ladder and put it in the right spot.
Yeah, it was
definitely
better. I feel like the gameplay overall was way better than that. So.
Yeah.
Which is maybe why they want to do a remake.
I think the Last of Us 1 remake with all the gameplay of Last of Us 2 could be something really special.
Yeah, it could be the definitive version, really.
Yeah.
But if it's like a total overhaul, like how much more?
There's no way, because think how detailed all those scenes are in that voice acting. There's no way they'll completely remake it. Yeah. It's got to be a capital R remaster, kind of like how Shadow of the Colossus was.
Yeah.
Because what a waste of great scenario design. Like, it would be asinine to fully, truly reboot it or something like that.
I feel like we're about to get into battle mode. It's gonna be honest. He's gonna be gripped by Heartless. Oh nope, he's laying down.
Jonah!
Just chilled.
What is it with these things?
He's a little Heartless. when we did our Smash Bros. Stream, I'm guessing, this is my guess, because they have 2 fighters left.
I have to save Yona!
I think they're going to do Sora.
Really?
I think Sora's going to be in there. Mark my words.
Interesting.
But I think that just is a...
is Kingdom Hearts coming to the Switch?
They made that new, like, melody game.
I guess it was on the GBA,
and
too,
it was on,
so...
And it was on Chain of Memories, yeah. But that was a more recent thing, so I think it's going to be Sora.
He's perfect for that. I would love to see Hollow Knight, because his moves... I know it's a weirder pick, but Sora would be great. Someone
made a good case on Twitter that they think it's going to be Dr. Robotnik is going to be one of them, because... If you look, they've always like announced like villains to like some of the characters in there. So they put like K. Rool, you've got who's the other like Sephiroth the Cloud. Yeah, Sephiroth's in it now. That was just announced. And I think it's Robotnik and Sora. I think Robotnik would be a really fun one because he has like those move sets from there.
It's almost a shame. I know they'll keep making these Smash games.
Yeah.
But that Smash is just perfect.
It is amazing. So I've been playing a ton of it. I went back and I've been playing the Adventure Mode lately.
I'd like to jump back into that. I never finished the sticker or whatever that was called. World of Light.
Yeah, World of Light. That's what I had never finished either. It's beefy.
Yeah.
It's legit.
It's long.
But I look at the map and I was like, I barely scratched the surface. I guess I didn't play it. I haven't even unlocked all the fighters yet. It's still like a new challenger.
I don't know if I have either. I think I did.
AOI says, I hope you're right. June will be the month. Smash, Metroid, Zelda, Metal Gear Remake, Elden Ring. Metal Gear Remake, let's see it.
I think these guys are going to keep spawning.
Oh, it's the bug. Do I have to like that?
Give her back! Get out of my way! Give my sister back!
Nice. Yeah, Elden Ring. I keep forgetting about that game, but I'm excited for that.
It would be cool to see what all of this.
Oh, I did see that very crappy potato quality, like little snippet, and I was like, "This looks incredible." And potato quality. So.
No, I felt the same way.
I was like, I think it's gonna be really cool to see this.
Looks like Dark Souls meets The Witcher.
Travis, will you get the Mass Effect Remaster trilogy?
You know, I've been debating about that. I'm trying to loosen up and not worry so much about whether or not I'm going to play something as soon as I buy it. I do still need to play Mass Effect 2 and 3. I've never played those, and I love 1, so I'm thinking I will.
That'd be fun to have you and Jacob on a hangout for that.
Oh, that'd be
to kind of commentate on like, oh, okay, this one's so different. Especially like 2 or 3. I like 2. I think I like 2 the best.
Yeah, I'm debating of what I would get it on if I get it, but I'm kind of leaning towards buying it.
By the heavens, I've never been treated in such a manner. I am a being of incalculable importance, and yet you approach me as a common cockroach.
Yona, say something! Yona! Yona!
Ask the mysterious book for assistance, of course.
There. So how do we save Yona?
Once I destroy these shades, the magic barrier preventing your passage should simply disappear.
You can really do that?
Now I know, I got to see it.
I am Grimoire Vice. My very name brings kingdoms to their knees.
Then do it already, Vice!
You will refer to me by my full and proper name.
Just keep coming.
You should not have turned your blade on me, foul creatures. With a single word, I, Grimoire Vice, shatter the very universe itself. Now, prepare to...
Oh dear?
It seems that the frantic bludgeoning you gave me earlier has caused my memory.
I asked, how's the making of Trance House music?
Are you for real?
Oh, it's been fun.
You are not nearly as
I made a
hopeful as
few
you claim
songs
to
this
be.
past month. I put them on SoundCloud. I don't know if I have that link, but put them on SoundCloud. It's under Slife is what I have it under. But yeah, it's been fun. I made kind of a synth wave, retro wave song with a house beat, and then I made another techno song, and then I made a third song with singing guitars and stuff. I haven't put it on the line, but
Pop one on Twitter and I'll retweet it from the Weibo.
okay,
You all right, Vice?
I can do that.
Hang in
Do
there.
that.
It would seem I
Yeah,
could
it's
regain
been
my
fun.
powers by
I've been
defeating
learning some new
these
stuff
monsters.
and tracking vocals for a guy's EP this weekend.
Is this
And I'm probably gonna work on another new song.
Indeed,
So it's been
this
good.
is the true power of Grimoire Vice.
Hold on, Yona.
sounds really cool.
I'm coming.
Did a good job on it.
I'd love to keep working on house and trance stuff. There's a lot
that all of them?
in that realm. This floating book that talks is funny.
Morgan's Fall or whatever it is. Dark Souls.
Morgan Spa.
Osborne and Smog, is that what it is?
AOI, I will tweet it out. I'd love to have you check
Seems
it
our
out.
task is going to be more difficult than I
Osborne
first
and
envisioned.
Smog.
Look how these foolish creatures charge heedlessly into battle. Still, dealing with both of them at once may prove to be a daunting task.
Talking book and moving statues? Really?
This is all too real, lad. Keep your sword high. It's a defensive barrier.
That sounds bad.
Enemies with such barriers are impervious to both weapons and magic.
Like I said, bad.
That said, the enemy cannot move so long as the barrier is in place. Focus your attacks on the other.
AOI, if you played this game back in the day, did it have the shooting and like the bullet time type stuff that's from Automata, or what did they change to look like as a combat? Yes, please tweet it out.
They
You can find it on
changed it
Slack.
yet?
Okay, I will. I will do that. Actually, I could grab for right now. I could grab it and put it in the chat.
Stay calm. The man who keeps his head in a fight is the one who emerges victorious. Now, put it out of its misery. Watch their blades at all costs.
I'm on it.
See on Twitch.
Learn the pattern of
Dark Lance.
So you can swap stuff out.
Ah.
big shots, then finish it off.
I've got my hands full just dodging. Is this
That
more of
magic
your
does
power?
more damage.
It would seem so.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
I think you charge your magic back up by hitting it. I'm not certain. It'll charge slowly, but I think once you put this combo, it'll help you charge that. I think this is 60 frames. It's hard to tell. It's pretty cool.
I hope it is.
Yeah, seriously.
You know what was really cool? I got the Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, was that all fucked up to me?
Seeing Breath of the Wild at 60 frames got me like,
I need to,
Now's your chance. Attack with all your
and it's very optimized. I didn't drop a frame. It's 4K. It's
I might need to try it. It almost makes you wonder if they do release Breath of the Wild 2 on the Switch.
yeah.
And there's no Switch Pro, like, it makes you wonder. Like,
yeah, I really want to Switch Pro before I get Breath of the Wild 2. Because I am, like... So I really wanted to check out that Age of Clancy game, and I saw it being played, and it, like, dropped under 30 at that point. So I was like, not anymore. Can't do that anymore. Like, I really liked PS5. I thought it was always going to be a problem, like these graphics modes of like, hey, if you have the PS4 Pro, it does this graphics or whatever. But I really liked getting the choice of like, do you want a 4K 30 frames or do you want like a 2K at 60 frames?
They are not
because like the Demon's Souls, sometimes I just leave it at default in my setting. Like choose whatever the game keeps as default. And by default, Demon's Souls remake was the performance. And I just left it. I didn't like.
Well, and I checked out the cinematic and it didn't look good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because the smoothness probably.
But like, I wasn't getting what I was gaining. It didn't seem like I was losing anything by going performance visually.
It would have to be like, if I'm playing like a turn-based RPG, yeah, I'm fine with 30 and a better graphics mode or like.
But anything action-oriented. Like
anything very action-oriented.
That statue does not look happy.
Anger is but a form of negative energy. Nothing to fear.
Hey, thanks, AOI. Thanks for checking it out.
This one excels at close combat.
I made those as part of a class, so they were. I had to make them pretty quick, so they're demos. But I'm gonna. I like them the way they are. I'm gonna let them be, and then I'm gonna make some new stuff. But I appreciate you checking out. It was a lot of fun putting that one together.
Nice.
As a top 5, which I like, yes. My original intent, the earliest version of that song when I first started doing it, the initial idea, it was more of a traditional house song. And the more I layered and the more I worked on it, it became more of like a pop vibe. Like I was thinking like a summer pop song, like an 80s kind of thing. The only thing that's really house about it is the main chorus has a house beat. Like the drums are a house beat, but other than that, it changed quite a bit from what it originally was. So my goal was to make a house song. It went in another direction, but your vision can change as long as you lock into a vision, and that's kind of how that one turned out.
Perhaps we'd best depart.
The shrine's about to collapse.
Yona, you got in the library. Now you got behind these two metal demons.
She's causing a lot of problems.
Yona.
She was in the Devil's Triangle there.
Yeah. What was that from? I'm trying to remember.
It was from Brett Kavanaugh. It was from the Supreme Court guy. Because this guy was trying to become a Supreme Court justice, and they found an old, like, from the 60s, like an old high school yearbook, and him and his friends kept writing about the Devil's Triangle. And the Devil's Triangle is, you know, when a woman's caught between two men that she may or may not love.
I forgot about that.
But everybody was debating because he was under oath, and they said, "What does this mean?" He said, "It didn't mean anything. It was just a funny joke we said. It had nothing to do with sex." And people were like, "This guy lied under oath. It definitely has to do with sex." And it became the biggest arguing
I forgot about that. Yeah.
The Devil's Triangle. So now, anytime somebody's stuck between two things, I call it the Devil's Triangle.
Get rid of this disease.
I always like the quote when someone drinks or we're about to try something new. Is like, bottoms up, and the devil laughs. And that woman showing how the monster drink was like a demonic thing.
What's going
Mission
on?
accomplished. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. It was a lot of fun. And I'll be continuing to put stuff out. So if you want to, I mean, I don't know how much you use SoundCloud, but if you use it, check it out. And I'll try to tweet stuff when I make new stuff.
She has the black scroll. When did this happen?
The weird coughing started about a month or so ago.
The disease
called COVID-19. Does she have her mask on?
Oh, I see why people
gradually spread, and I fear.
Yeah. Oh, Yona.
Come.
She's an anti-mask.
It's best to let her sleep.
This is a bad time to be an anti-masker.
Come.
put in our group chat the other day, someone made on Facebook on our the local marketplace a breathable mask, and it's like a chain link kind of thing with holes in it. So check out that mask if you want to do nothing.
If you want to just basically not, might as well not wear it.
Yeah.
The lengths some people go to get around the mask thing is hilarious to me.
This is so unfair. Fiona has it. I do terrible things keep happening to us.
I would gladly help the lass had I the means.
I'm a magic book that floats around.
And now just the rest of the game, this boat just like... And I guess that's kind of how the other one is. There's a robot that floats with you. So like, yeah.
Let's go a little further. Is there something we should see a little bit after this? Or is that like kind of a big thing?
That's probably that big beat. But go down and just talk to this lady, and you get some. This is the game opens up a little bit here, and.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, it's...
Now see here, I am...
Wait, you're Grim...
Hold on, what?
Of course.
He's in your...
Yeah, the Song of the Ancients. It's an old tune that's been passed down. It's in a forgotten language, so
Do you know what it means?
Well, it's not like I studied. There's this terrible black book that shows up and starts spreading. But then this white book appears and saves the world and everything. What is it?
So how exactly...
It's just a song. Yeah.
Oh.
Aw, don't be sad. Look, why don't you go ask Popola? She's got a big brain, maybe she knows.
That's a good idea. Thanks.
AOI, I don't use it, but now I will listen to every song. Thank you, man. You rock. That's awesome.
AOI's the man.
Yeah, I never really used SoundCloud until I started posting on it, but now I try to get on and listen to people's stuff, and it's cool you can comment, but that's awesome. I appreciate that. It'd be cool to see a song of yours on the new Retrowave channel one day. I'll check that out. I guess I don't really know what that is.
There's probably, I think there's like channels that do like live things, or they like compilate. They do compilations.
Like the lo-fi hip hop.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll have to check that out. I appreciate that AOI, man. I really do.
Yeah, you should reach out to people like that. Just say, here, use this.
Yeah.
The #1 synthwave channel.
Sweet.
I heard about Yona. I don't know what...
Well, maybe you can help.
Wait. Is that...
Everybody knows.
I know.
That's cracking me up.
You know Vice?
Finally. Someone...
Yes, well...
That boat, the book that's floating near you.
When the great black book, Grimoire Noir, brings calamity upon the world.
Old prophecies.
The white book, Grimoire Vice, will appear with his sealed verses. He will then use them to vanquish Grimoire Noir and purge the calamity he wrought. Or so the legend goes.
What's a sealed verse?
No such records remain, so I can't say for sure.
Yeah,
They seem to resemble some form of magic.
Magic. So the song says Grimoire Vice purchased the world of this, and he does so using...
Oh, and you believe the matter I infused in the shrub?
Exactly, Vice.
That voice acting
Don't get too excited.
It reminds me of old like 2000s.
Vice was just some old legend yesterday, but here he is. And if he's real,
Do we know anything regarding the whereabouts of this...
He might have even been a voice actor in the 2000 anime.
Yeah.
Sorry, but there's nothing about that in any of the records. All I can say for sure is that there are...
Also, it appears the shades you fight in these verses
that
are intrinsically linked.
Liquid Snake? That's who it reminds me of.
Then we'll go...
No.
What an absurdly
I don't
reckless
think so.
plan.
But it sounds...
It could be. I mean, voice actors
So
can.
I should just sit around and do nothing.
They have
while
wide
Yona's-
ranges, and you might just be picking up on.
AOI would know this. Who
Clear
is
I
that
won't be
voice
able to talk you
actor?
out of this, so...
What other animes has he done? Because he's
I've
had to
heard
done
the
another
shades are
anime.
gathering near a village. It's past the bridge on the... I marked it on your map. Maybe you could find one of the sealed verses there. Once you arrive, be
It
sure
starts
to speak to
opening
the
up
now.
He lives
Okay,
in
you
the
only
house
had to
up
kill
on the
one
highest
button
point in
there.
the Eyrie.
Got it.
Yeah, the game really starts opening up here, and you can go different towns. You can do like 5 side quests at one time if you want. That's where it reminds me of The Witcher. If it's like, I need this from here, I need this from here, and you're like trying to plan how your route's gonna go. And
I said AOI. Who's that voice actor? Is this a voice actor that's
of the book?
Of the book. The guy, the Grimoire voice.
I must say, that Song of the Ancients is a rather catchy number.
It has to be Liquid Snake.
I can see why the bards kept it alive through the eons.
It's got a classic.
Yeah, it's a real toe tapper. Wait, do you even have toes?
AOI, if you listen to that other song I made more recently, that circuit one, that was a fun one to put together. All of the drums in that song are samples from my kitchen. So I had to make my own kick drum and snare. Everything is from me closing a microwave or hitting something against a table or hitting knives together for the hi-hats. And then all the synths in that one I had to make from scratch. That was the challenge for that part of the class. So had to make all the arpeggios and stuff from like a synth from scratch. So that was a fun one.
You should have just let your garbage disposal go and just record that instead of that.
That's
my kitchen.
Some people did a lot of different stuff. I used some water and some different things. But I actually, it was wild. Like, I had to get in my kitchen and unplug my refrigerator.
Okay.
Maybe you can save
I
the
think to
whole world.
wrap this up, we should watch a little bit. Maybe we can skip through it. I think we should wrap this up.
I
We're
guess
talking
I
about
won't
music,
use you
your
for
music
kindling
stuff.
after
I keep telling you about hot
You really
sugars.
should treat
Whole
omnipotent
world.
magical
Yeah, let's
beings
check it out.
more
Let's check this out. Okay, we're on the map. I have to go to some chief or whatever. We've had fun. Let's jump over to this real quick. Let me, You're right, Dweebo. Grimoire Y's voice actor did a lot of anime's voices. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pull up. I don't even know how to pull it up here. Hey, what's up, Zenzu? I was just literally playing this game a few minutes ago. Made it to the junk heap quest.
Yeah.
How are you guys liking the game so far? He's farther than me.
I'm about 8 hours. If you junk heap, you mean like pretty early on, you go to that junk, like the kids that they're running the shop with their mom is missing. That was a cool little quest. I'm liking the game a lot. I'm about 8 hours in, and I think we're on this save. We're about an hour and a half in, so we're still pretty early. But I'm liking the game a lot. Really, it's my first time playing these. Liam O'Brien. I think this game is a lot of fun, and it's it's got a really charming kind of setting. I think it sounds like it changes a little bit. But
I can't wait for you to see this guy. I only see part 2. Where's part 1? Well, we're about to pull it up. I need the playlist. Because it's all done now. I don't even know if he's making music anymore. I think he got canceled too. So Hot Sugar is no world.
What? Is this the one where it's like he's making music, but it's also like funny and script, like kind of like a story?
This dude's all like, this is really how this dude is. Where is the freaking part 1? There's only part 2. I'll just pull up part 2. That's all we have. But okay, how do I get this on here? I'm gonna add a window. I'll let this play, and I'll keep playing this, but I'll have it kind of the voice over it. Oh, didn't do that big. Alright, here we go.
You're like in screen inception.
Okay, we'll let this play a little bit. Travis, I saw a guitar in the background on your stream. Does your wife also have music on SoundCloud?
Does your wife also music on SoundCloud? No, I played. Those are my guitars. My wife, she can sing and stuff, and she's always wanted to learn how to play piano, but she does not make music. No. But she's talked about maybe doing piano lessons. No, those are my guitars in the background. I'm actually, my first instrument was guitar. technically bass guitar. I got a bass guitar when I was really young, and then I quickly borrowed some guy's acoustic at like the church I went to and when I was a kid. So like I started playing guitar when I was like 13, 14, 7th grade, and I mean I still play it today, and I picked up drums along the way. Keyboard came much later, and it's still, I play enough keyboard to make chords and write, but I don't like play keyboard. That's probably one of the only, between guitar, drums, even singing, that I've done performing. I've never performed playing keyboard in front of people. I know enough to write, but yeah, the guitar in the background is probably my Telecaster or my acoustic. Those are my main instruments.
I forgot I don't know how to get audio, because audio's it's a whole mess. I don't even know how to even get this going. Yeah, I don't even think the audio
it might not work.
It might not work.
I might just have to check this out later.
Crap. Well,
That's
I tried
okay.
to.
Yeah,
I tried.
We did our best for Hot Sugar's Cold World.
I mean, you can watch the captions. There's closed captions on there.
Yeah, just let it run. I don't care.
So basically this guy, I'll just kind of talk about it. This is so freaking funny. Check out Hot Sugar's Cold World. I wish that the part 1 was on here too, but this is talking about, so I actually listened to her before all this. Her name's Kitty Pryde. But she's like an artist or whatever, a music artist. But, so this guy got with her, and it kind of goes into a relationship, and they end up like breaking up. They have some problems in their relationship, and they're kind of talking about them. But what makes these videos so funny is this guy kind of does what Travis did with the kitchen, but he is very serious about it. So he will record anything and make a song out of it. But he gets it's not like done in a like lighthearted way. He's very serious about this. So there is one part coming up in this where they kind of like, I wonder if they'll even talk about it in this. They break up.
So this is all real. None of this.
Yes, this is this guy's real actual life. And like I think there's like 4 or 5 parts, and like towards the end, they get in a fight. And he goes and sleeps under a bridge. Like leaves the house and sleeps under a bridge, but like they talk to him. It's like, yeah, you guys broke up and stuff. He's like, yeah, and I recorded the songs of the cars that were passing, and I got some samples for the new song or whatever. But just stuff like that. It's like almost a character, you know.
Yeah, it almost becomes larger than life.
Yeah, he's gone to like, and this was kind of cool, but it still gets on a part where it's like almost goofy.
Yeah.
He went to like somewhere in France. This like this big like cathedral. I wonder if they'll show it in this part. He goes to this big cathedral and records the ambiance of the cathedral kind of thing. But there's like some cool stuff on there, but most of it's like, I understand why that woman broke up with this man kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's one thing to like something, and I don't know how to explain it. Like to be involved with something, but when it's like your whole personality, or if it's like
when it's your whole personality, yeah.
If it just
because it's even okay if it's your passion. Like you get that way sometimes with things. You work really hard on it. You think about it a lot.
That's all I did.
But some people, when it is their personhood, it's like, yeah.
You have to learn to make fun of what you're doing too. Like,
it becomes almost an addiction at a certain point.
Yeah. And I think they go into that a little bit. It's like, it's the chief.
It appears to be deserted.
It's deserted. Alright, here's how we actually wrap up the stream.
You might be, I don't know, go up to that flower. You might be coming up on a
big thing?
Yeah, go up to that flower, see what happens. It might not happen until after you... Okay, I guess you have to go to this town first.
Okay, I was going to look up the guy's name. What was the guy's name? Liam O'Brien. This is the guy. American voice actor. It's this guy right here. There he is.
Go to his like IMDb.
Yeah, let's go to his IMDb. What has he done?
He's in Critical Role. I feel like everybody...
Azura's Wrath. Remember that game?
Yeah, I don't watch Critical Role, but I feel like everybody ends up being in Critical... Oh, he's Red
Advent Children.
In Advent
Oh,
Children.
okay. Azura's Wrath. He's done this for. I think he's done more. There we go.
So he...
Nier Replicant.
Oh, he might... This might be a re-recording then. That's not the original voice actor. Which would make sense because this was originally about a man and his daughter in English. So they might have redid all the voices.
Yeah.
Last of Us Part 2, additional voices.
He's probably one of those people screaming about their dog. Max!
Max, where are you?
Death Stranding, he was an AI voice. He was Veteran Porter.
Oh, wow. This guy's...
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. He was Zaz. Oh, I love Zaz from Mario and Sonic in the Olympics.
You're right. The music is also new, recorded for... Oh, I actually heard about this. So, all this music's remade.
Yeah.
And some of it's rearranged, so it's the same melody, but it's different, layering and stuff. And so, I've seen a couple things. It reminds me of the Demon Souls conversation, where some people are very upset. They like the original better.
Yeah.
But you actually can get the original music for this, my understanding is, but it's DLC. You have to pay it for a DLC pack of the original music to play the original music.
Cool. Fallout 76, he was Night Tex Rogers.
Go way back.
Persona 3, okay.
Let's see if back in the day he was in anything that we know.
Yeah, we gotta go way back here. Naruto, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Who was he in Horizon Zero Dawn?
There's additional voices. I never played, and I think that's included on the free. That's
Frozen Wilds. I never played that.
When they now have Horizon Zero Dawn for free. You can get, and I think it includes the DLC.
I wish I could just jump in. I guess that game's not that long. I will probably replay that when we get closer to the second one. Or I guess maybe now would be the time to do that because I feel like that second one's going to be coming out sooner rather than later.
Mad Max, okay. A lot of games.
Man, you know what?
Last of Us, he was the infected, additional voices.
You know what I'll say about this guy? He hustles, man. I mean, look at 2013. Can you imagine saying I worked on 12 or 14 or 18
Oh,
different games?
he did. He was in Berserk. Old Mage.
This guy can hustle.
Movies,
Hey, if you want to grind, there's a career to be made in Spec Ops: The Line. I mean, it seems like it's a lot of background stuff.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a breakout role for him.
Well, he was in. I did see the new Tomb Raider things. He was like a role, like a named role. But yeah, a lot of it's various roles and stuff. But man, yeah, he's making that voice acting money. Okay, let's go. Oh my gosh, he's done everything. Guitar Hero, dude.
I saw Duel Masters.
What was his first thing? Let's go all the way. Dot Hack.
Wow, he's been going forever. He might have been in the original Nier. Was he?
He was the dad.
No. Oh God. Actually, go to 2010.
1992.
How old is he?
He didn't look that old.
Go up to 2010. Let's see.
2010. What do you want to look for in 2010?
I just want to see Nier. I want to see if he was in the original Nier.
Was it 2010 it came out?
Yeah.
Okay. It'd be funny if he was.
Hell yeah, he was Grimoire Vice in the original one.
Oh.
Uncredited. Hey, he did that for free in 2010, and it paid off 10 years later. He got to redo it for credit.
So they redid all the voices, right?
Yeah. Wow.
You know, one thing that I can't remember, it was the original. I think it was the original Metal Gear Solid. When they did the recording of that, they had to keep doing new takes because where the office where they did those recordings. Because I listened, there was a podcast that came out about the making of Metal Gear Solid and how the voice actors and stuff got together, and they talked about how when they did the recordings, they'd have to be really quick sometimes, and they'd have to get it in one take and whatever, because a loud car, it was near a road, so they'd have to be quick before that would come on.
What a mess.
Cool. All right, let's get another look at this guy. He has done more voice acting than...
He's been going since before I was born, 89.
Yeah, this guy is... There he is. And he looks great for, I mean, they said 1992, and it's like, what the frick?
He's kind of got that, who's the guy that does the Nathan Drake stuff? That guy.
Nolan North.
Yeah, I feel like voice actors, they spend all day in these booths away from the sun, and they're not putting on makeup. They age better.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Well, we hope you have enjoyed the stream. The Nier and what's his name? Liam O'Brien.
As the book.
As the book. I can't believe he went back and he did the voices again. It'd be like going back, like, do your homework over. I already did it.
Well, if you get paid the second time, it might be worth it. Yeah. But it's like sunken cost. You think he was like, can you pay me for the first time? Like...
Well, I think he got paid, they said uncredited, so they might have paid him, but didn't credit. He wasn't in the credits. But I don't know why.
Why wouldn't you put somebody in the credits?
I don't know.
What would be the reason?
Well, probably these are the same people that made it a brother and sister, and they changed it to a man or a daughter.
Do you think he was confused when they brought him back in, and he's like, wait, I thought this was about a father and a daughter. And they said, yeah, well, this time it's about a...
He probably was like, give me the mic. And just
he's been through so many of these.
Well, look at all the anime he's done. He's probably seen some.
That guy has seen some stuff, man. He has seen some stuff.
Yeah. Well, this game's fun. I will end up getting this game. And you have to believe me because I already said I made a promise that I would get this game. This is too good at blocking out non-humans, but this is...
It looks like you're holding up nothing.
Okay, this is... I have to do this.
Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest 11. The program's like getting pissed off. It's like I'm trying to learn. It already learned my trick. Look, the AI is too strong, but this is Dragon Quest 11. Looks great.
AOI, good night. Thanks for checking out the music, man.
Yeah. Good night, guys. Thank you for joining us. Zenzu said some couple things. Hold on, we're gonna read Zenzu because we were looking at Liam too much. Just give you guys a tip after you're completing this game. The time it's actually not the end. Okay, there's other stuff. Okay, we don't want to know everything, but yeah, there's other true ending stuff. Okay.
Awesome.
Highly recommend it. We will check it out. Or he's already checked it out.
I'm going to play this game, and I'm going to keep playing it, and if the credits roll, I'm going to keep playing it until nothing is changing. That's my plan.
If I do it really quick, the software doesn't. Dragon Quest 11, guys, for the Switch. See you guys later.
See ya.